Sweet. Looks good. All right, everything's set up. Was my stream info correct? Yeah, road to expert. We're still not an expert, so stream info is definitely correct. We have a 254. Again, I should probably stop playing people in the 200s if I really wanted my elo to improve fast, but at the same time, I'm still sort of enjoying just feeling the kind of level of mastery I didn't have before. I see an Africa release in my hand. I see a tortoise that goes with that Africa release. It's very tempting. We have habitat diversity, but the 5 is blocked out. Otherwise, we have predators in North America. I don't have any predators in North America, so I think this is just keep the sponsors. Science library is solid. Water playground's all right. We're on outdoor areas. You can get a partner zoo kind of early is nice. The water playground is actually a little hard to work off of where I usually like to start. Although it's not horrific. We could put a 2 size here, water playground, 2 size here. But double partner zoo doesn't look like it's the open here. This guy is expensive to play. That part is actually a bit of an issue. We need a couple extra bucks to be able to play this. The science library gets us close. I could take an Africa partner zoo. Could take an Africa partner zoo to help enable it too, actually. That gets us there, and that's not bad. We have cards first. We could just draw a couple cards to plan to sell to this. Place a 3 size here. Yeah, I like all of that. Yeah, just keep this. This is definitely correct. Just keep these cards. See where it takes us. We do have 1 predator in hand, sorry. But not a great predator, and the rest of this is just a better plan to start with. This is just a better plan. There's a bald eagle on the rack, but it's not that important. It's nice. It is North America. It's pretty good, but I don't really want to hold on to it all game. I don't really want to hold on to that all game. It's an option, but it's not. That's fine. Since this is a release, it would be nice to overbuild this enclosure, but I'm just not going to have the money for it. And I think I do want to just release it in round 1. So I think we should just plan how to release it in round 1. Which I think means we're probably going to have to break for a couple. But that's okay. This bald eagle is intriguing, though. We could start all the way up over here and draw the bald eagle. Unless that's what my opponent is doing. No, my opponent's doing that. We could start kind of far away from the partner zoo and just eke over to it. I don't actually dislike that plan all that badly. Just draw the bald eagle, have, maybe. We'll see what we do. Let's just draw some more cards to start with. We plan to sell these. We do risk our opponent having a very fast round and breaking us. That is one issue here, actually. That's a slight issue. Wow, primate breeding program and jungle. I really like having control of projects, but I don't see any monkeys, so I don't think it's important to hold on to those. My opponent is also drawing cards. So yeah, this gets a little spooky because my opponent could just break in a second. My opponent snaps the Meerkat Den. They're probably going to play Meerkat Den, so this is probably okay. But yeah, the problem is I would really like $3. So yeah, this gets spooky. Yeah, I don't love... I mean, if I have to discard a bunch of these cards, I guess it's not a big deal. It does mean going for the bald eagle thing is unnecessary, though, because I'm just going to discard it, probably. So let's not do that. Let's just do this. I need $3, so hopefully I could break 4 if my opponent plays a Meerkat Den. Neither of us have used our worker yet, so this seems safe enough. But... the opponent is associating here. Alright, that's a bummer. They're probably taking that rep so they can play Meerkat then. Unfortunately, I can't play Science Library here for enough money. Are we winning? We're doing a pretty risky line that could totally get stuffed. That's what's spooky here. That's what's spooky here. I don't think we're going to get stuffed because I don't think our opponent is good enough. But if our opponent was better, this is just so risky. Maybe it's too risky. Maybe the better play is just take the Africa Partner Zoo and play it next round. I guess that is way safer, right? Just play the Africa Partner Zoo. Okay, let's just do that. Let's just take the Africa Partner Zoo. Okay, yeah, I like this a lot better. This is way safer. This is way safer. We could do the release next round. Also, Cheetah showed up. I did miss the Cheetah showing up. The Cheetah is an excellent release. Cheetah is such a good release. That does make it a little bit spooky to do the release we're planning to, but I don't think we can change our plan. I think it's too late to change our plan, but that Cheetah kind of needs to go. That Cheetah kind of needs to go. All right, our opponent does play the Meerkat Den. Totally fine. They do take the North America Partner Zoo off of that. I wanted a North America Partner Zoo as my other Partner Zoo, so I'm not really in a huge rush to take this Partner Zoo till next round when the zoo restocks. I will play Science Library. It's still a good card. Somebody maybe play Science Institute, but Science Library is just solid. It's a point. It gives a little bit of money back. It probably is an endgame point. We should check our endgame. We should check our endgame also. We have Conservation Park, okay, or Conservation Zoo, so doing lots of projects is good. I mean, I want to do lots of projects anyhow, so it's good news. This tortoise is kind of awkward because I sort of don't really want to sunbathe most of these cards. I really don't want to sunbathe that many of these cards. Maybe I draw more cards. I could draw more cards here. I get 2 cards, and I just plan to sell those. I push the break closer, but my opponent can't break me in one turn unless they have a jumping animal. I don't remember what jumps 3, but I think it's a 3 size. So I think this is safe. To just draw 2 more cards, and then we can sell a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Okapi Stable is cute, but we definitely can sell that. We could definitely sell this Hornbill. And I will sell Primate Breeding Program, but I kind of want to hold on to Jungle. Having control over more release projects is just very good, especially given that we have Conservation Zoo and just want to do more projects. So setting us up to do more projects is good. My opponent can now break. That's fine. I would love my opponent to break, actually, after we play this. I still am spooked about this Cheetah. But this is a very nice sunbathe for us of just get rid of all of these that we're about to discard anyhow. Sunbathe all of that. Gain some points. Gain a CP. All right. And we have a really nice release set up for next round. My opponent also playing animals. That makes sense. I could break here. I kind of like breaking here. I kind of like playing the water playground also, but I think it's fine to just break. Is water playground or breaking better? Oh wow, we're getting pilfered. Whoops, I should have seen this coming. That's what the North American Partner Zoo is for. I don't like giving them $5, but I can't afford to give them the Africa release. I can't risk that. 1/3 chance that our game is just like kind of dead is bad, but $5 early dollars is huge. It's a huge shift. Very annoying. And they get a grass snake down. Yeah, it's quite good for them. It's quite good. The break is good for me, but I'm gonna play the water playground. Yeah, I'm gonna play the water playground. That eagle is still just chilling there, by the way. But let's play the water playground. I do want to push towards this partner zoo and then start snaking around to our large enclosures. My opponent takes a cards action. That's fine. They do take the cheetah. Awkward. Do they know that I have an Africa release? I took that for my opening hand, right? They might just be sensing it, but oof. That is unfortunate news. Not gonna lie. I can cause the break here and get an X token, which I like a good amount. I can cause the break by just drawing a random card. I draw 2 random cards and keep 1. Alright, this is a lot of cards actions, but some of those cards actions were essentially money. The eagle goes off the rack, which I also like. And we find an explorer, which is excellent. Whoops. I mean, the predator here is nice, but explorer is very good. Early explorer after an early release is very, very good. Very good for us. So very happy with that. I don't like that my opponent can copy this release project though, but what can you do? What can you do? My opponent is at least using their worker right away, so they're just taking an Asia partner zoo. That's fine. That's fine. I admit I don't immediately know what I'm playing. I am gonna take a build action, then do the associate. I'm gonna just lock down this North America partner zoo. With Americas in the game, we'll take a North America partner zoo. I definitely want sponsors upgraded for Explorer, but what's the other upgrade that I want? Probably just animals. I don't think the order matters. I don't want to upgrade build. I think I'm taking 2 size reward because that's who I am, although taking income is tempting, although Explorer gives us a lot of income, as does upgraded sponsors letting us to break. Let's upgrade the sponsors first, I guess, but we're going to get an upgrade. I guess we could take the early 2 CP worker alternatively. We could take the extra workers so that we can take universities faster, which gets us rep faster. Although just upgrading animals gets us rep too. I am going to take the 2 size reward as discussed. I might be too locked into taking 2 sizes reward because I really like it. Oh, and we get a bunch of cards or $10. I forgot about that. I don't know that a bunch of cards is actually that helpful here. Let's upgrade animals. I think just $10. This is a lot of speculative card picks, so let's just take the $10. $10 is pretty huge early on. And then we'll take the 2 size and we can start. We just have a lot of enclosures. This guy looks pretty nice. If we could reach him. This barn owl's not bad because it just draws a bunch of cards. It also gets us Europe for habitat diversity. We can think about pushing habitat diversity pretty quickly. But we play Explorer here, and then we're just going to play some animals off the card row, or we're going to draw cards first. But I'll probably just try to play animals off the card row. Because actually I can reach this rock monitor. So yeah, I think that's fine, actually. I don't have cards to sunbathe to it, so, you know, that's a slight bummer, but whatever. This is going to be a very good Explorer, by the way. So many points for this Explorer, so much money. Very, very nice Explorer. Very good pull. This is what made me feel okay about not taking. This is what made me feel comfortable about not taking the. Allowed me to take 2 sides instead of money. Red Dice Games, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We're playing some Ark Nova on BGA. We're on the path to expert. We learned the game a few weeks ago and we're getting a lot better. But still a lot to learn, of course. But yeah, I'm just gonna play some animals into our enclosures here. It doesn't look like the break is coming for a while, but my opponent's almost out of money. We were just playing a bunch of games on BGA too. Nice. What were you playing? How'd it go? Over here, I mostly play Agricola, although I've been playing a lot of Ark Nova lately, like a lot. But my rock monitor just got taken. I was planning to play that. That's a bit annoying. Fair enough. This might be correct to draw cards first, then. We can just draw 2 cards. Our hand is empty. Again, I've taken so many cards actions this game. I don't love that, but let's draw some cards, see what happens. I could build a petting zoo. I also could build a petting zoo is the other crazy option, but let's see if this tells us anything. Okay, this does tell us some things. Medical breakthrough is kind of insane here, especially with the science library. It tells me to instantly play Science Institute with Explorer. I'm going to play Science Institute off Explorer. I might play Basic Research off of that, so that we can play Medical Breakthrough. We just need science tags. And so Science Institute being on the card row really enables this Medical Breakthrough. So do that. The Siberian Tiger is hard to play unless we find a bunch of Asia first, which I don't know that I'm going to. But we don't know that we're not, so we'll find out. I'm going to play this Snowy Owl and hope this Snowy Owl finds us some other creature to play. Or my opponent's going to break here. Oh, hey, my opponent's going to break here. Okay, so we're not playing the Snowy Owl, but we don't have to discard anything. And we get our worker back, so all of that is good. All of that is good. My opponent is racing to Habitat 4, it looks like. So, I mean, congrats to them. They're going to win. They did win the race to Habitat 4. They also have significantly better income than we do. Although, actually, they don't have significantly better income. It looks, I mean, they make $7 more, but I get a free 2 size during the break, which is a thing they do not get. So, you know, who's really ahead? Do I build a speculative 4 size, or do I want to build a 2 size that draws this kangaroo? I don't care about this kangaroo. I could draw the Basic Research into hand. This is probably worth putting into hand. Yeah. Let's claim that the Basic Research is worth putting into hand. Again, the Basic Research is the other science tag to enable us to play the Medical Breakthrough in a sec, which also is all very sick. I can now play this Caracal, actually, off of an animal's action, and hope that it hunts me something else playable. That's pretty bold. But, you know, what the heck? Let's go for it. Let's go for this. Let's see if you can't find us a thing. All right, Hunt 2 is not very good, but the Predator icon is good. All right, what do you got? What do you got? Something we can play? A big old condor. I cannot play said condor, so that was a single animal action again. Not great. We definitely need to find some more animals, but it might be time to take universities here. We could just take universities here so we can just play the Medical Breakthrough. Do I have time for universities this game? Is the main question. I was kind of thinking we were going to play a no university game, but maybe that's unnecessary. Also, am I actually playing this condor? This condor is North America, so that alone makes it good. Oh, also, wait, alert. Alert, I forgot that this was out here. We do have a jungle in our hand. This is an excellent freaking release, but it requires another monkey to play it. So it's a slight issue. This boa constrictor is also very good. This boa constrictor also is very good. So some really nice North American creatures coming down the row. Yeah, some really good North America stuff coming down the row. This condor is also not playable because I don't have a bird icon yet. So that's a problem. That's a problem. There's a cable car in the card row. I can't use that either. Interesting. We have a bunch of stuff that gives us a little bit of rep. I was going to say, we're not that far away from this rep worker. And if we're not that far away from this rep worker, maybe it is okay to go for... Maybe it is okay here to go for universities. I guess I am going to take universities here, but not having playable animals is kind of an issue. But we have playable sponsors, right? So the sponsors are going to be really good. I am going to upgrade cards here. I want to be able to draw some of the stuff that's coming from the row, and I want to just look at more cards because right now we really need to look at more cards. We really just need to look at more cards. I am going to build a 3-size enclosure over here, so that way we at least have our outdoor areas set up. We have a big enclosure in case we need it. My opponent does do Habitat 4. Okay, that's fine. I'm still spooked about my opponent doing the cheetah release. Habitat 4 versus Habitat 3 just didn't really matter. It's not an important race. America 5 is a race that I'm hoping to win. But my opponent did upgrade build, which is part of why they have better income than me. They have built some kiosks. They take workers their first reward, though. I don't know that that's great. Although, I'm not going to break their worker, so I guess it's not terrible for them to take worker here. Although, do they even need a second worker? Not that bad. Anyhow, I build a speculative enclosure because I don't exactly know what's going in this guy. But I'm going to build this. We're basically done with build actions for a long time. We really just need to find animals to put in these dang things. But now I can play Medical Breakthrough, which is pretty nasty. What is my goals again, by the way? Conservation Zoo. Yes, I'm supposed to keep doing projects. Supposed to keep doing projects, but who's got time for projects when we have a Medical Breakthrough? So now we just have a CP of income, which is... This is worth at least 2 CP. There's at least 2 more breaks this game. There might be 3 more breaks, so it's worth some good points. I'd still like to sneak this basic research down in time, but the basic research isn't doing much yet. I need to play more animals for it to be doing anything. My opponent also has a sponsor, an herpetologist. I don't care about that. That doesn't look that scary. All right, time to draw cards. Sadly, I can't draw any of the cards on the row that I care about. I don't want to snap these, so we're just going to look at a lot of cards and see if we get anything. We do get a monkey. That monkey enables this monkey. This monkey also sets us up for jungle, so all of that seems good. This is another predator, so that's actually pretty good. Oh, Asia release. Amazing. Another release project is very good. Might just be able to release this guy. Okay, free-range New World Monkeys is not getting played. This is not that good. You're never getting played. All right. That was a good find. This, we now have 2 playable animals. 2 playable animals is exactly what we wanted. This also sets us up to actually play this brown spider monkey, which would be amazing to play this brown spider monkey and release it. Be so good. My opponent plays the rock monitor. Have they played the cheetah yet? No, they haven't played the cheetah yet. They don't have enough money. They should be playing this cheetah and releasing this cheetah. But that really should have been their plan. Oh, they do have small animal program. I haven't been paying attention to that. That's cool. So all their small animals are very cheap. All their small animals are very cheap, at least. Oh, and they are playing the cheetah. Shit, never mind. They sunbathed into the cheetah. All right, this is spooky. This is not good. them getting that Asia release on us is not what we want to see. I probably can constrict them, but constricting them doesn't even look that helpful here. So I'm going to help them break by playing this jumping monkey, unfortunately. I don't love that, but again, what can you do? We're at least getting insane. Again, Explorer is just insane here, just giving us all this stuff. I am going to push right. Unfortunately, I am going to push right past basic research. Basic research not going to be playable. Oh, unless I release. Actually, I maybe can release and then play the basic research, but whatever. But yeah, we're gaining too much explorer value too. But that is part of the sneaky thing about these release projects. We're able to release here and then still earn the explorer value again, which is also really is a pretty nasty combo. My opponent does get their worker used before we can cause the break, or they would cause the break. That's fair. Yeah. What do I want to do here? My opponent is donating to associations. I don't think that's particularly strong, but that's fine. I don't really want to build here, so I think we just X. I don't really want to cause the end of the round yet. I want to be prepared to scoop up these North American animals. Especially this guy. This guy is so important to our game here. To play this guy and then jungle him is so good. So on that front, causing the break, I actually do get to do that. If I cause the break, I can build over this card draw and draw this card during the break. I'm going to have to discard cards here. I discard basic research, and I probably discard the Siberian Tiger, because I don't think I'm going to get to play him. Maybe I discard the Condor, but I might find a bird. And then this is a North America symbol, which is important. This is a tricky point here. I'm going to discard cards. I don't care. I just don't care about that. It's not an important thing here. It doesn't look that bad to just break. Alternatively, it doesn't look that bad to just X build out of the way. Yeah, you know what? Let's just X build out of the way and see what our opponent does. If our opponent breaks, that's fine. Yeah, if our opponent breaks, that's fine. It's actually really good for us if our opponent breaks. Because then I can just play both of these animals to open the next round, and then I can immediately release this monkey. Yeah. Yeah, I would like that very much. I'd get my worker, and then I can take my other university. My opponent does cause the break. Although they are drawing, they take my monkey. Okay, this is kind of insane. They don't know that I drew jungle, do they? I guess it's just North America, but this is kind of getting spooky. It sort of feels like my opponent is stream sniping. I don't know that they are, and I don't want to accuse them of that, but that was slightly unexpected. Although they also have a monkey, right? Okay, no, it's just a North American monkey. It's just a North American monkey. Fair enough to them. If I wanted it, I had to do the thing, and I didn't do the thing. All right, well, that's unfortunate. The rock monitor is still there, the boa constrictor, but the rest of these animals are less exciting. I guess there's an ibex I can play. That's fun for explorer value. All right, whatever. That's fun for explorer value. It does need to be next to 2 rock spaces. So maybe I build a spot for the ibex with this build and get myself close to playing a free sponsor. Okay. Do I just do the jungle release then? Doing the jungle release is spooky because, again, my opponent's going to have the release project available. But although, yeah, well, who cares, right? Just do it. Alternatively, I could just do Habitat 3 here and keep holding cards. But nah. Nah, just do the jungle release. Take snapping. It's time to take snapping, or it's time to take $5 more of income. I really don't need the income, right? Yeah, and I am gonna take a university. I'm gonna take university. Okay, just take snapping. I could snap cable car actually. Ooh, I forgot about this. Wait a sec. Can I play cable car anywhere? I don't know that I left myself a spot to play cable car. Shit, I didn't. Oh, that's so sad. Cable car with Ibex on the table is very good. I could place a free 3 size here too. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I might actually be taking $5 here because I don't really need the X tokens. The 3 size enclosure, I guess I could take the 3 size enclosure. That's fine. Just continues to save us build actions. And build another 3 size down here. We're just hunting for some large animals that are worth playing. We're definitely discarding Aquatic Park. This Conservation Zoo, we should hopefully do 5 projects this game. I think 5 projects is fairly realistic for us. This North America creature is too important. We're going to snap it. We still want to play the Ibex, but the Ibex is less important than constricting our opponent in a moment. Yeah. God, I wish I had room for this cable car. If I could just have if I had any place I could put this cable car, but I just don't. So do I just cause a break here? I mean, causing a break seems insane when my opponent has no money. I guess I just look at a bunch of cards. I'm going to use an X token to look at one more card and hope we find a sponsor that's playable. Yeah. Look at cards one at a time because I might take this Ibex. Hey, there's a playable card. Excellent hit. Science Library. Science Lab's so good here, actually. Tech Institute, not bad, but Science Lab's insane. We get to draw way more cards, and we already have enough science tags that this is just 2 CP. So that's a great find. A Frilled Lizard is fine to play here, but holy crap, this cable car is off the charts, but... I'll just take this Ibex to guarantee I have this guy to play. I did miss that this red deer is a flock animal. We could play... Oh, we can't play the moose because of the prereqs. I was about to say, we could try to flock the deer, but we don't have the right stuff for that. Also, we don't really have an enclosure issue, so... oh, what am I discarded? Shit. I still don't have a bird symbol for this condor, but holding on to the condor feels correct. Maybe I get rid of this frilled lizard. Yeah, this frilled lizard's not important. I guess I could get rid of Tech Institute too. I don't know that I'm taking the rest of my universities. Oh hey, there's another excellent release. This is a lovely Asia release. Really good, really nice Asia release. We would love that card. I guess that's where we were supposed to just keep drawing off the top of the deck. Because the Ibex didn't matter. But, oh well. My opponent gets their worker. That's fine. My opponent is at 19 points. They still have the release, although they haven't done the release yet. My opponent has to be a little careful here. I can push this Africa release off the... I can push this Africa release off the edge soon. I mean, we're not that close to that happening, but we're not that far necessarily from that happening. I'm going to play the Science Lab. As discussed, the Science Lab is really good here. I am just going to top deck a card. None of those cards are important enough. This is kind of cute because we could play this and then we could flock the deer into there. That's not very important for any of the goals, though. So, my opponent does just break a bunch here. That makes sense. They really need the break to happen. I don't. I should play animals here. Constricting my opponent doesn't look like it's going to do a lot, unfortunately. So we could save this for a more important time. Oh, I could just cause the break by playing the Ibex. I don't know that I want to do that. Do I just play this giraffe, boost my sponsors, and put the deer in? Actually, wait a sec. My opponent's threatening to break. I also really want to just take my university action, right, to get my worker back. And I could just hold more cards. My income's not going to be that changed by playing animals here. Yeah, let's just take our university action while we can. Do I even need to do this university action, though? Wait a sec. Why do I need a second university this game? Why do I need a second university this game? I don't, right? There's just no reason for me to ever take another university. It's just not necessary. Okay, yeah, you know what? No university actions. Just keep playing projects. Just keep playing projects. That's fine. So then the question is, if I'm about to discard all these cards anyhow, I may as well play a bunch of them. Yeah, we may as well play a bunch of them if we're going to be forced to discard them anyhow. It is unfortunate that I'm not finding the big animals that I want to put anywhere yet, but that'll come in time. This construction token probably doesn't matter. I don't know that my opponent wanted to play animals, but maybe they did, so maybe it matters. I think they wanted to cause the break, but they do have $24. Oh, I'm causing the break with that? Whoops. Maybe I don't cause the break. Just play this giraffe. This giraffe is okay. 7 points. 7 points is not bad. I could have flocked this then. Oh well. I could boost sponsors here. I don't know that I actually want to boost sponsors here. This Tech Institute's not actually important. I actually think I should just put sponsors down. I really don't need to play sponsors. I need to keep playing animals. And I need to keep drawing cards. I really don't need build. Getting rid of build is what would be sweet here. My opponent is doing an association task. Wow, they're doing a bunch of rep and then they're donating some more. They're definitely overvaluing donating, if that's what they're doing. This is not a particularly good action here. Yeah, they're overvaluing donations way too highly. If I can gain a rep, I could take this guy. Okay, so now this university is a little more exciting because it lets me draw this guy and hold all my cards. But it still means that I don't have... It still means that I don't have thing. I could just cause the break to draw that card. I really like having this and then just getting to do this project. I'm just going to X build out of the way. Continue to see what my opponent does. Yeah, let's just knock build out of the way. Boost the rest of these actions. Seems fine. It's not great, but it's fine. My opponent is going to break for money, or they're playing a sponsor here. Playing a sponsor here. Okay. Interesting. I think that lets me play animals here. I could just play this red deer. I could just flock the deer in. I don't know that that's important, though, right? We've already talked about that. I could flock the deer, but why? I don't want universities. I want to just do projects. My next project, I'm taking a worker, and then I'm going to just keep projecting the rest of the game. I think that's correct. I think that's correct. So do I cause the break by playing that? No, I can't cause the break with animals because the project I want to next do is this one. I really want to push this African release off the map to punish my opponent. I really do want to do that. I could draw cards to cause the break, but then I have to discard even more. That doesn't seem good. I think this is just break 2 with sponsors. Break 2 with sponsors. I'm going to get the monkey I want that way. Also, actually, there's this condor. Whoops, I didn't pay attention to this condor. I don't actually know if I care about the monkey or the condor, or the vulture. The vulture allows me to play the condor. I could play vulture into... I could play vulture and then release vulture, which is also really good. I do have to discard a card. Tech Institute can go. It's not important. As discussed, tech is just not important. This vulture is probably better than the monkey, right? The vulture enables me to play the condor, which is another North American tag I need. Draw one card in rep range. I think it's just take this vulture. Oh, one of the issues of playing vulture is I don't actually have the ability to play condor because they both require a rock icon. Okay, that's the issue. They both require a rock icon. So I can't do that, sadly. That is unfortunate. All right, back to the monkey. It's important to note these things. I get to snap a card. I probably will just snap the vulture anyhow. Maybe I build a 4-size for the vulture, which would not be bad. It would not be bad to build a 4-size for the vulture. I'm going to take an X token here. Gain another CP via medical income. Or medical breakthrough is nice. Wow, golden eagle. Golden eagle also pretty spicy. But, oh well. Okay. I think the correct move for me is to use 2 tokens to play animals, and then we're gonna break. Then we're gonna project. We're gonna project out the Asia release. I still have Habitat 3 sitting there for me. I do need to find more North American icons. I'm like actually very behind on North America, which is an issue. It does look like I'm going to get to push the release off the map before my opponent gets to release their cheetah, which is just bad. Bad play for my opponent to not prioritize that project. They still can release a big monkey later. They can still copy my releases, but because they still have a big monkey in hand. But maybe they get they get a bunch of X tokens here. No, they are gonna get to release just in time. They could use the X tokens to release just in time, which is good for them. That's a good result. And they do play the big North American monkey. I'm pretty sure it's for the North American tag. Get more X tokens. But yeah, I am sad that that monkey was not mine, but alas. All right. They did only play 1 animal, so you know that's kind of good. I'll use 2 X tokens to play animals. I want to keep getting rep. Get to keep drawing cards this way too. Speaking of draw cards, we're just drawing one off the deck. All of those cards suck. Kookaburra. Kookaburra is a bird at least, but doesn't do much. Dungeons and Dimples! Welcome, Raiders. Thanks for the raid. Alright, we definitely play the monkey. This monkey is getting released. This monkey is getting released. So we play the monkey. Anyhow, welcome, Raiders. We're in the middle of an Ark Nova game. We're trying to get better at Ark Nova after learning it recently. We're pretty good already. This monkey was double Explorer value, which is really cool. How's Ark Nova going? Which endgame cards are you working towards? I'd like to work towards more Americas, but that's actually not really happening. But we have enough release projects that I don't actually know that I care about the endgame cards. I think our game is just good enough that it doesn't matter. To be honest. Also, it looks like my computer is getting a little bit slow here, which is really regrettable, just as Raiders show up. We're getting such good Explorer value. This Explorer is a good card, everybody, if you didn't know. But yeah, unfortunately, my computer's getting funky here. I'm being slow, but oh well. All right. We're at least set up with our big Asia release now. We can do the big release project. My opponent should use X tokens to release their cheetah. But yeah, anyhow, we're already at 64 points. We have a big release set up. My opponent's not doing the release project. That's a mistake on their part. It's definitely a mistake on their part. I do need to take the worker award so I can keep doing projects. Again, projects are really... We just want to keep pushing projects. I don't know that it matters at this point. I mean, our opponent's at 36 points. My opponent doesn't have any... We also have Predators 2 available to us. We have several projects available to us, but this Asia release is just Too good. Even get an X token back. We have so many X tokens, which is also very powerful here. So many X tokens. The release project is such a good way to get conservation points early and to get those early conservation, which could give you such a lead. Yeah, that's really what this whole game has been. I've done 3 release projects this game, and that's a lot of why we're doing so well. Things are going very smoothly here. I mean, I'm at 72 points. I guess I don't have quite enough money, but basically my plan is to basically just play these vultures and this condor. I'll have to build an enclosure for the vulture because it needs rock, but whatever. I'll do that. I don't even think I need this cards action. Yeah, I don't think I take the cards action. I think I just push. I mean, can I push the endgame even faster here? We're 28 points away. Do I need a break? Do I need a break is a fun question. This vulture... Also, there's just an eagle that's about to fall into our lap. Alternatively, but I don't need the eagle. I don't need the eagle. I don't not need the eagle. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how we can lose this game. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but God, I don't know. It's sort of what it feels like. Basically, I only need 28 points to finish this out, right? So, like, we're pretty freaking close to just being done. Now there's a bird release. I mean, my God. Now there's a bird release. I can just, like, play this vulture and release this vulture. Sure. Why not? Play the eagle, release the eagle. Like, all of those are options. Yeah, if we had a bit more money, we probably could just win right here. If I use 3 X tokens to animals, I draw the low mountain range. I play the vulture for 7 appeal and 2 CP. Go to 74, I go to 80. It's really close. It's not quite winning. It's really close. I feel like there's faster ways for me to end this if I wanted to math it out, but I don't want to math it out further, so I'm not going to. I'm going to just rely on one more break. I'm going to rely on one more break here. I'll cause the break if need be, and then we go break animals project, and the game is over. Again, there's probably a cleaner way of doing it, but I don't know. Also, with the eagle in hand, it's actually just break, and then animals plus project is the same turn. So essentially, we're winning in 2 turns from now, and our opponent is at 44. So I think this is fine. I get to take the low mountain range because of all my draws and stuff. I get enough money to just push through the end of this game. Again, is there something better to do here? Maybe, but we'll just get rid of this Kookaburra. Definitely is not getting played. Sadly, I can't play all these birds at once. That would be the dream, but So anyhow, the answer is we're going to do none of the base projects. Just do none of the base projects. Just do 4 release projects, because if you're allowed to just do 4 release projects, why not just do 4 release projects and win the game that way? Seems good. This is a North American Predator. We're going to take that away from our opponent here. We'll just snap that away. Just snap that North American Predator right out of here. No need for them to have a Grizzly Bear. Actually, do I play Grizzly Bear? Wait a sec. Do I play Grizzly Bear? I could play Grizzly Bear Eagle. Grizzly Bear is tempting because he does come with a free worker. I don't even know if that's better than the rest of my options. That might be better than my other options. It's also a bear symbol for Explorer, so it's plus 1 point there. Wow, my computer's really lagging. It sucks. I don't know why my computer decides to hate me sometimes, but oh well. We just move cards down, so we don't even have to use all these X tokens. And there we go. Okay. Yeah. So we're definitely playing the Eagle to just buy the extra turn. And then I can play the Vulture or the Bear. I guess the Vulture is a slightly better release too, which is part of what makes the math tricky. I guess I'll just play the Vulture and ignore the Grizzly Bear, but the Grizzly Bear is cool. Grizzly Bear is cool. Our opponent's playing some animals, which is nice, but yeah, they only get 1 turn left. They do get to do America's 5 as their final action, and they can donate, which they've done a lot of donations, but again, we're still just very far ahead. Does this actually win for us, by the way? I keep talking as if this is winning, but I'm pretty sure this is winning. I'm pretty sure we gained 25 points this turn to cause the end, but we'll see if my computer could even handle playing what's left. It's really not happy, but I'd like to finish this stream out, so we will try to finish out the stream here at least. All right. All right, unfortunately, we might have to end the stream, or I have to take the stupid turn on my phone, because, wow, oh, please, no. Yes, draw a card off the deck. Just found my YouTube videos. I've been watching my old TM games. Thanks for uploading them. Hey, glad that people still enjoy the Terra Mystica content. I should play Terra Mystica again, but yeah, we top decked an elephant? Wait a sec. Oh my god. Okay, new answer. We play the elephant. We play the elephant along with the eagle, I guess. Again, unfortunately, my freaking computer is crapped out. I can't take this turn. I can't take this turn on my computer. We definitely play the eagle. Definitely play the eagle, and I guess we play an elephant, right? Like, oh, I actually don't have enough money for that. Hilarious. I actually can't do that. Right? Yeah, I'm $1 short. I'm $1 short. All right. Maybe I could have. Well, no, I need to play the eagle just to speed things up. All right. That's crazy that we found an elephant. It's probably correct for me not to end the game, but I am just going to end the game here. God, there's so many bonuses to take here. Also, I don't even care what's in the discard here. It doesn't matter. But sure, give me an Okapi stable, whatever. All right, I get an extra action. Now it's just associate. Do the release project. Release the vulture is better. And take a CP reward. And that should end the game. Yep, end game triggered. All right. Yeah, we're at 108. We only did 4 conservation projects, so we're getting 2 points for our endgame scoring. We're getting 2 points off science lab. One reason that actually maybe the bear was better than the vulture that I didn't consider is that science library would have been an extra point. But again, I don't think any of these points matter. So, but yeah. Anyhow, thanks to the Raiders today. Thanks for chiming in also for finding the Terra Mystica games. Hope you enjoy the Terra Mystica backlog. There's a couple people that stream Terra Mystica nowadays, but yeah, sadly I rarely stream TM anymore. I mostly stream Agricola, although the last several weeks I've been on an Ark Nova kick. Also, usually my streams go fine, but yeah, my computer is like super laggy here all of a sudden. This happens occasionally, but it usually I thought I could usually avoid it, but something's up. We'll try to see if we can figure it out later, but anyhow, my opponent does still at least push to 79. They have some end game, but I have at least 4 shields end game, and I'm so far ahead. So yeah, just a clean win here, 120 to 88. Good game. I was 31 turns, so I was kind of thinking I was being a little bit slow at times there, and I was. But my opponent was taking the cards that I most wanted in front of me, but that happens. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, good job. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're moving up in the ELO world. As I said, I honestly should maybe stop playing people in the 200s also. We might be to that point, but it was a good game. It's a good game from us. What went nicely. So many 4 release projects is kind of nutty. But release projects are good. My opponent never releasing this cheetah is kind of crazy. I guess they were pushing for Predators 5. I'm guessing they didn't want to release the cheetah because of the double predator symbol, which is very nice. But releasing this cheetah is just so efficient. But anyhow, good times for us. It was nice. Agricola and Terra Mystica are your favorite games, so both are great by you. Nice. Yeah, Agricola and Terra Mystica are excellent games. I would definitely say Agricola is my favorite game of all time. Terra Mystica is a game I loved for quite a while, and I still would definitely call it a great game. I will say, for whatever reason, Terra Mystica I'm kind of ambivalent about nowadays. I'll still play it here and there and have a good kind of reminiscence, but I'm not very driven in Terra Mystica anymore to explore stuff for whatever reason. But to be fair, that's after like almost 1,000 games of Terra Mystica, so I think it's totally valid to still call the game great, even if I'm souring on it after my 800th play or whatever. Agricola though is one where I've just continually played and really enjoyed, even though I'm now whatever 1,600 plays in, but. Ark Nova has taken my interest lately. I've learned Ark Nova like 3 weeks ago, and we're like 80 games deep now. Something like that. It's a bit wild. Yeah, Ark Nova 50, so about 60 games into Ark Nova. Up to a 437 though. The road to expert is progressing. We're getting there in Ark Nova, so we'll see. We'll see. We should hit expert soon enough. But anyhow, thanks everybody for hanging out, chatting. Sorry that the stream got funky there at the end, but again, super thanks to the Raiders. Ark Nova's not doing it for you. You're only about 10 plays into it, and it still feels a bit random. You know it isn't, but it feels that way. Yeah. Yeah, and that's fair. It's fine to not really like the game. I mean, there definitely is randomness, obviously. Some games just go together much smoother. You find the cards you want, but part of the skill is sort of Agricola-like too, right? Like part of the skill of Agricola, people also want to blame the cards and the luck, and there is some there. But part of the skill of Agricola is obviously like learning to handle the random elements, learning how to make niche cards good so that it feels like you have good cards more often. I think that's definitely part of the skill of Ark Nova, is right, just learning how to maximize a lot of the different cards such that a lot of the cards feel powerful in more situations than you'd expect. Um, as you start learning how to exploit more cards and have strong games, it suddenly feels like there's again, it feels like there's kind of less luck because suddenly you're able to exploit more cards and your hands are often better because of it. You start to learn what combos and what works well, but at the same time, if you're not enjoying it 10 plays in, you can definitely just stop. It's fine. If it's not working for you, it's not working. Like there's so many games. There's a bunch of games I don't like, so anyhow, I'm blabbing as usual at the end of my streams, but I should really head off and go have dinner and stuff. So thanks all for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Glad we got another win here. It's been nice. But yeah, I definitely should head off. It's been fun streaming a bunch more lately. I don't know when I'm gonna next get a stream in. I'm gonna be pretty busy during the Labor Day weekend, and frankly, I should calm down. I should slow my streaming down just a little bit here. It's been fun to go kind of turbo on streaming again lately, but we should find a more happy medium. But and I should get some more Agricola games back on the roster now. It's been fun to pursue Ark Nova, but I'd like to still like to trickle the Agricola in. So anyhow, we'll get around to all that. Thanks all for hanging out. Again, thanks much for the Raiders. Hope everybody had a good time. Hope to see everybody around more. I'm just gonna head off. Later all.